Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us today, the 11th day of August, 2008. We have several important guests lined up for you today that I will tell you about after the break. For now, defiant Putin accuses U.S. of helping Georgia as fighting escalates amid fears of Georgian invasion. Now, mainstream Israeli newspapers are reporting and bragging that Israeli forces have been involved in the entire arming, training, and sneak attack on Russian forces Thursday night into Friday morning. The average American that I talk to, or I hear on talk radio, or the majority of the news stories I see in print, frame it as if Russia premeditatedly, out of a clear blue sky, attacked Georgia. Now, I'm not even taking sides in all of this, but the insulting nature of how the media, they may start coming on the news and saying the sky is red and water is black and, birds don't fly, but pigs do. I mean, they treat us like we're so stupid. And you know what? We are. It works like a charm. I have been in 4 or 5 convenience stores in the last few days, restaurants, in newsrooms of a radio station. I have been all over the place, and I asked people, well, I was in a TV news studio last night, and I asked them, I say, what do you think happened with Russia? And they said, oh, yeah, Russia's attacked Georgia. I mean, it's just, even people in news don't know. And that's why we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I joked around about it Friday, but sure enough, it's in blogs, news stories. People on the street think that Russia has attacked the U.S., the state of Georgia, in the southern United States. It's sometimes the ignorance, the mindlessness, the lack of connection to reality of the general public, and the self-satisfied smirks on their faces while they waddle around like Miss South Carolina, not even knowing what country she's in. This is why we're so enslaved. Because the establishment knows they've had 100 years to brainwash and brain damage and dumb down the public with chemicals and biologicals and the schooling, that we are a very dangerous nation. We are a nation of mental retards with a criminal elite of pedophiles with nuclear weapons. Can you imagine a science fiction nightmare novel where there is an imperial government with degenerate pot-bellied pedophiles running giant military forces and nuclear weapons with a retarded population as their servants? Well, you have just described the United States there. Now, does that mean there aren't 50 million, 60 million awake, intelligent, smart people out of 300 million? No, there's certainly good people in this country. But we have really, I don't want to get off into a rant about it. It's just so incredible to me. It hits me like a ton of bricks to know that we really are the dumbest, most ignorant people on earth. The most self-satisfied, arrogant, lazy, entitled buffoons. Buffoons. How dare Russia attack for no reason? How dare it be disproportionate? How dare them? Georgia didn't do anything. They just snuck attack with thousands of troops and hundreds of tanks and jets and blew up an entire city of 70,000 people. And the numbers of dead are more like 5,000 now. And then our media spins it and says 5,000 dead in Georgia. Thousands dead in Georgia as Russia attacks. People say, how dare those Russians? No. See, that's the spin. It's Ossetia, and they weren't killed by the Russians. But hey, when you got a lobotomized, drooling, idiot public,